Welcome to Chef Q Cooks. Today we're going to be doing Tuscan chicken. I hope you enjoy this personal episode just for you. First, gather your ingredients. You need 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, kosher salt, fresh ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 cloves of garlic, I used 4, 1½ cups cherry tomato, a half a cup of heavy cream, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and a lemon for garnish. Gather all of these things together and the measuring utensils that you will need. Use the side of the knife to break off the skin of the clove of garlic. Then use the side of the knife again to flatten it to make it easy to chop. Also to release some of the essential oils to make it better for you. Garlic's a great antioxidant and antiviral. Slice your cherry tomatoes in half. Be careful not to cut into your fingers. I'm using cast iron, but you don't have to use cast iron. You can use a regular saute pan. Just it will give you a little bit different of a product. Alright, now I'm putting the olive oil in and adjusting the heat a little bit because it's quite hot, which is nice. It's going to give me a beautiful sear on that chicken. Alright, and then the chicken that I bought was already pre-pounded, so it was thinner, and it's only going to take 4 minutes on each side as opposed to the 8 minutes on each side that was suggested in the recipe. Don't overcrowd it when you get it in there. You want to have room in between so that it can sear up nice. Then you sprinkle a little bit of your, I used sea salt, not kosher salt, but it calls for kosher salt, and your black pepper. I'm using a grinder that I have. And then last but not least, sprinkle on your dried oregano. You leave it on for 4 minutes or 8 minutes if you have the thicker chicken breast. After the appropriate amount of time has gone by, flip them over and salt, pepper, and oregano again. And then you let them sear here for another 8 or 4 minutes depending on your breast size. Okay, after that cooking time, you can remove them from the pan. Feel free to break into them to make sure there's no pink left. All these dribblings in the pan are what's going to make it so delicious. Have your butter and your tomatoes and your garlic, cream, and Parmesan close by. You're going to melt this butter into those dribblings to make the pan kind of come off of that flavor. Then drop in the garlic. We're going to caramelize that just a little bit to go from a little bit bitter to a little bit sweet. Now you have a happy marriage of all those flavors in the garlic. You want to put in your tomatoes. And then you're going to wait until their skin kind of wrinkles up just a little bit. You can see that some of the moisture is coming out of the tomatoes. and into the pan. This is going to take a little bit of time. So we'll just salt and pepper again to adjust those seasonings and let it do its thing while it combines with all the deliciousness that you have working in that pan. I can smell that it's time to add the cream. Put that in there and let that reduce for a little bit. Let it combine with the juices from the chicken and the salt and the pepper and the tomatoes. And then we want to add the cheese. And we're going to let this all just thicken in the pan for a little bit. Right about now, a lot of my friends will be saying this is the most unhealthy dish I've ever seen. But honestly, it fits into my keto-friendly lifestyle. You just take this after it's done, instead of serving it with a loaf of crusty bread, serve it over top of a big bed of greens, and you've got a keto-friendly lusciousness. Okay, we've got a nice reduction. I've got my chicken ready to receive it on a plate. Let's add that spinach in and give it a nice quick wilt. So we're gonna toss that in that hot sauce and let it get coated and let the color change to a deep, rich green. And that looks like it's exactly what I'm looking for. Let's pour it on the chicken and plate it so that it looks nice with lemon and your fresh bread. And enjoy it. Let's see if the dog approves. Yeah, the dog approves. Eat your greens. I love you.